Let's talk anime. Hello and welcome to Brandon's Discuss Anime, a Listen Me But podcast. I am your host, Brandon Horvath, and with me are my co-hosts, Brandon Falinger.
Have you ever guys had like a real bad panic attack? I've had a real bad panic attack recently.
That's not good.
I had one what time is it right now? 45 minutes ago at this point.
Damn.
Maybe you'll mention that in the discussion, but we can start the discussion when I introduce our other co-host, Ryan Stokely.
Hey yo, what's up?
So, about your panic attack, Brandon.
Oh yeah, when I tried to turn on my Switch and it just didn't respond at all.
Was it just not charged or something?
You see, that was my first thought. And then I tried plugging it in with a different plug, and it still didn't work. I'm like, maybe the dock's busted. Let me plug it in with the charger on its own. No. Let me try my phone chart. Nope. Well, now what? Wouldn't respond. Tried the power button. Nope. It won't charge. Screen won't do anything. What do?
What do now?
I had to look online. I've never done this before, nor did I know it was a thing that could be done. There is a soft reset option on the Switch, which fixed the problem. No, it fixed the problem. I have no idea what did it, because I had played the Switch this morning, and I had put it in the dock, and everything had done what it normally does. Like, it pops up, oh, hey, it's charging, here's the charge bar, and then it goes dead because it's not, being on the TV at the moment. The screen goes black and stuff. I'm like, great, normal shit. I come home, and I'm like, it's like 15, 20 minutes before the podcast, or no, half hour before the podcast. I can get in like a Monster Hunter hunt in here. It'll be fine. And then it wouldn't turn on, and I had this whole panic attack of, fuck, is my Switch dead? Fuck, what do I do? Oh, it was terrible. Luckily that soft reset did fix it, and now it just turns on. All I did was miss out on the unsaved progress on the quest I had, which whatever, all of a 15-minute thing. But yeah, that was my most recent panic attack. Especially when Switches are still, from what I understand, hard to come by right now. So getting a replacement would not be fast at all.
Really, Switches are still in high demand.
Yeah, PS5s and the new Xbox.
Any electronics really at this point.
Yeah, graphics.
It's a chip shortage.
I hear about that.
Yeah, it's like a chip shortage. Most places are. Hell, it's affecting trucks and cars and stuff too. Like, you want them, there's not many.
Yeah.
It's just kind of hitting everyone now because of the setbacks COVID gave us all. Oh, so who else has had fun panic attacks?
I didn't have a panic attack, but I found something that you may want, Brandon.
Oh boy, this should be good.
You like Attack on Titan, right?
I mean, it's a good anime, though I've been hearing the final season's animation isn't that great.
You like motorized vacuum cleaners, right?
I guess?
How would you like a talking vacuum cleaner with the voice of Captain Levi?
I mean, I don't really like Levi. He's alright as a character, I guess.
It has 104 lines of dialogue built into it.
Is it, unique to the vacuum cleaner, or is it just lines from the show?
Lines include, I will stake my life on wiping out every speck of dust from this shitty room.
And okay, so it's unique to the vacuum cleaner. Got it.
Also, don't you see? This is what real cleaning is.
Is it, how big is it? Are we talking like a Roomba, or how big is this thing?
I do not see size dimensions, but I assume it's the size of a Roomba. It is the Roborock S6 Pure model.
I mean, I don't know why you would think I would want this in any way, shape, or form. Unless this thing has, like, a 3D maneuver gear attached to it or something. Like, it goes swinging around the apartment, getting the dust on the walls and the ceiling.
If anybody is interested in getting it, it can be yours for almost 70,000 yen.
I'll take the 3D maneuver gear instead, thank you.
But I just found it weird that Attack on Titan and a vacuum cleaner just combined for like one product.
Mm-hmm. It is a weird choice. Like, there are plenty of other anime that would make way more sense to be a vacuum. Like, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maids would be a good one for that. Or, like, almost any slice of life, really, like, would work for this.
Wait, I just had the most hilarious idea. Chio School Road.
There would be plenty of comedy of somehow... No, the way they do that is that Chie is trapped inside the vacuum cleaner. That's how they do that.
Wait. Talking about a real vacuum cleaner?
Yes, that is what he's talking about, a real vacuum cleaner.
That talks.
That talks.
With the voice of Captain Levi from Attack on Titan.
Again, terrible anime choice for a vacuum cleaner. It makes no sense.
What the hell? What's like the point of that? Is it voice activated?
I
Or is it just for really lonely people?
No, they got sex bots for that.
So voice samples, so I'm guessing it will talk to you as you're cleaning?
That is sad. And also pointless because vacuums are pretty loud.
Also very true.
Super high.
I mean, we're kind of assuming this is a Roomba, so it's not going to be that loud.
Oh, okay. And it's like, I don't know, man. Whatever people are into, you know?
Again, I don't get it. The theme seems kind of mismatched to me. I think there are ways to get away with this and make it work, but it's a terrible anime to make a vacuum cleaner out of.
Well, I haven't seen Attack on Titan in quite some time, and it says that Levy is a neat freak, so maybe that's a good character choice?
Wouldn't agree.
Oh.
I mean, just the fact that he's a neat freak isn't exactly a great choice for a vacuum cleaner, considering Attack on Titan has almost nothing to do with cleaning. I think he did, like, one time when he disguised himself as, like, a janitor or something. With, like, a couple of the other members of the squad to, like, infiltrate an area. That was literally it. Like, and again, granted, I haven't read, like, the last, what would probably be part of the last season now, nor have I watched it, but it doesn't make any sense so I don't think there's anything else in there that would involve that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it still doesn't feel like it makes sense considering how bloody and gory Attack on Titan can be.
And did we cover the first 2 seasons on our review?
Yep, 2.
Okay. Anything from you, Ryan?
Oh yeah, I've also been playing No Man's Sky.
I've been eyeing that, but they won't drop below $30.
It's free on. Well, I have the Xbox Game Pass.
Right? Yeah.
I
should look on like the. Actually, I don't think I can get that without Windows 10, can I?
You need
Game
Windows
Pass.
10.
Yeah, thought so.
But
no Game Pass for me then.
Yeah, I never played it when it first came out, but
well, that's why I'm looking at it now because apparently it's gotten a hell of a lot better with all these updates. Yeah. Like they're actually getting close to what they originally promised.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I also encountered someone glitching my first time playing, and they just filled my inventory with something that was worth like 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a nice start with the one currency. So I just sat in like a space station and was buying aliens, spaceships, and then scrapping them for XP.
I mean, hey, why not?
But I'm almost out of the money. It was like 700 million,
Oh,
and like I ended up just
no, go
like
ahead. Sorry.
more of I guess what the hell, uh, just things to make the game a little easier, like just
Mm-hmm.
upgrading the exosuit and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about it.
So, let me throw this on the fire quick. Just because this happened yesterday and I almost forgot about it. I think, quotes on the word "think." All right, emphasis there. Um, I think I beat the final boss in the original Persona 4.
Oh, nice.
Before it became golden and added all this extra content. So I think I have beaten the final boss. It is in fact the murderer that is within the town I have finally beaten. Um, However, I know there's more, and while I know that we have caught the actual active murderer, there is more shit that goes on behind the scenes that Golden added, and I don't know what that is yet, but I will say this. It sucked because I had to fight that boss 3 times in a row, and it has like 5 phases, I want to say, and each and every time on like the last phase is where I got murdered.
Oh.
And there was no like you go in, right? And you fight the main villain, and he then gets like possessed or something. And then you fight the actual quote unquote main villain, and then that thing has like 3 or 4 phases of its own. So I have to go through one fight to get to another fight, all of which takes way too long.
It's like a 3-part fight. Or...
It is a ridiculous fight. Like again, I think it took me 15 minutes on each attempt because of just how massive the health pools were.
Yeah. Also, Critical Role had like, I don't know if it was the season finale, but I watched like the first hour and a half of it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they beat the big bad. So what's the anime?
Okay. Today's anime is God of High School.
Okay. Is it like the cool kid? He comes in on a skateboard with like spinning a basketball in one finger with
It's
some
fucking
glasses
Dippy
on?
Fresh! It's Yo Yogi! It's Dippy Fresh! It's all of the, like, stupidly over the top 90s characters.
Oh, Dippy Fresh!
God, it's every one of them! He comes rolling in on his skateboard. What's up, snaps, dogs? Like in the most obnoxious fucking like it's literally what fucking 40-year-old men think is cool. Which I guess we're all on the road to being soon at some point. We are very well out of our teenage years.
Yeah, we definitely aren't lit anymore, you know.
See, that's even older, Ryan. We're all old.
Yeah.
It's all Zaleel now. That's how you know you're cool.
I'm gonna just start saying things are fat again, and
it's gonna loop around. Things are just fat, dog.
yeah. What's up? Yeah, that's fat.
So God of High School.
Yeah,
that's it. It's just that kid.
no, that's what I think it is. His fucking super cool ass dude, you know.
Doesn't realize he's terrible, and everyone hates him.
Smoking some grass under the bleachers, you know.
Dude, that's getting legalized now. That's not cool anymore.
That's true, dude. Oh, he's
got to go for the harder stuff.
he's fucking vaping cocaine or whatever they do now.
There you go.
Yeah, he's vaping cocaine. He's boofing it.
Boofing it.
They're doing fucking synthetic fucking or they're drinking alcohol, you know, boofing alcohol.
It's the new version of like it's a combination of snorting and huffing.
Yeah.
It's boofing.
Well, that's when you put it in your butt.
Oh god, it's like the reverse keg stand.
Yeah. But you don't have to swallow anything. It just happens.
It's the one you saw in Jackass back in the day. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What am I close?
I would say this is one of the farthest you've been.
Oh, okay.
No, it gets better because it's literally like it's literally like the Meet the Pyro intro for TF2, where he just sees everything as awesome and cool, and everybody's just looking at him tweaking out to everything he's on.
Oh my god. Well, this was based on a Korean manhwa, which is manga from Korea.
It's the Korean equivalent to manga, yes.
Yep.
Okay.
This manhwa came out online in April 8th, 2011, and as of now, more than 10 years later, it's still going on. Apparently, it's going to be ending relatively soon because I think about a year or two ago, the main writer had a kid, so he wants to finish up soon, but nothing has been confirmed that it is ending. So, yeah, and even though there's 530 some chapters, this first season is incredibly rushed.
It's the biggest problem with this. The pacing is just literally tear your neck off at the speed it's going. Like, you think you have a hit? No, it's that SpongeBob joke of, hey, want to see me touch that rock? Want to see me do it again? It's literally that pacing.
The first arc is 40 chapters and 6 episodes. The second arc is 7 episodes and about 75 chapters.
Let's also point out, this is a Crunchyroll original, so they're the ones that fully funded this.
Oh, wow.
Now, that said, they gave plenty of money. You can tell in the animation. The animation is stellar. The opening for this show should just be, anime is not just hot people punching each other. Anime is not just hot people punching each other. Anime is totally just hot people punching each other. Like, it literally is just that.
What did you think of the EMD intro?
It definitely grew on me. The electronica intro grew on me. I was a bit thrown off at first because it was in English. I'm just like, wait, what? It's in it? What? Like, there was no other language but English in there that I could hear, right? So it threw me, but I did enjoy it by the end. It's not the best. Could be better, but it definitely does its job.
I never got used to it by the end. Like, there are some anime intros that I'm like, okay, I'll watch a few of these. And there's like, complication from Durarara. And I'm like, oh my god, I love this intro. And I watched everyone. This one, except for like the first 2, I skip the intro every time.
I mean, I'd still toss this on my anime intro playlist.
Not saying
I like it enough to do that, but I wouldn't sit here and listen to it on repeat or anything.
You're not saying that I don't like EMD music because... Or
EDM.
Yeah, I just caught myself. Like, not saying that I don't like EDM, but I just didn't like this song as an anime opening.
Like I said, they could have done way better with it, but I think the song is fine on its own. Does it work well as an intro? It's mediocre. Like not in a bad way. Like if I was gonna rate it on a 1 to 10 scale, I'd put it at a 6. It's better. It's a little better than average. It doesn't swing out of the parks at all.
So this is about a fighting tournament in
Oh, nice.
Korea for high schoolers.
Including a 37-year-old guy who just applied and got in.
Nice. Is he the god?
No?
He's not like the meme. Of,
They're all gods here.
everyone doesn't take any damage.
Oh. And I'll hold on to this thought for just a minute. But yeah, so this high school is called the God of High School Tournament to find like some of the best fighters in Korea.
Oh, does
And
one
if
use
you-
a giant graphing calculator?
Nope.
Okay.
They're all Asian, so they're just good at math in general. We just
Oh,
assume
damn,
that.
dude.
We just all assume that.
So they just fucking...
I lie, actually. They're not all Asian. Just a good amount of them are.
Do they have special abilities, or is it just regular martial arts?
So it's weird. Like,
Yeah, because it starts off thinking that it's a regular everyday fighting tournament to find the best fighters, except our main breaks up a fight between two of them that is getting a little bit too violent, and he gets kicked out of the tournament, and he gets told, hey, if you beat one of our judges, you'll be allowed back in.
let's also point out this is in the preliminaries, by the way. Like, this isn't even the actual tournament itself. This is the prelims to get into the tournament.
So our main protagonist says, like, sure, he seems like a pushover. I'll go fight him. And
I will hold on. I will say, like, it doesn't seem like it's just a regular fighting tournament, right? Like, a lot of it is just straight up martial arts at the start. Although there are some points where we see some like over the top stuff, like our main character Mori ends up like doing a kick and like a sonic wave of air blasts out from his kick, right? So
Yeah.
a little over the top stuff, but nothing batshit insane.
although like a little bit more, I'm not too sure if like triple kicks can be done in actuality, but like that's his signature move where he like kicks you 3 times as he's like spinning towards you.
Yeah, spinning back kicks. But yeah, like that idea there is just like the kind of like let's stretch the truth of how good martial arts can be, right? We haven't completely shattered it yet, but we'll stretch it a little.
So Mori is fighting Judge Q, and I had to look online because there are a bunch of unnamed characters in here.
Yeah, because again, breakneck pace, you don't get a lot of names or character development.
Yeah, so right as they're going to start, Mori just gives him a playful shove, knocks the judge over, which pisses the judge off that Mori was able to push him over so easily, and then summons something akin to a JoJo stand.
If you've seen Shaman King, one of the shaman spirits. Honestly, the more I'm thinking about it, the more this is closer to Shaman King with the way some of this stuff works.
Oh,
Does anyone use like weapons or like?
Oh yeah, that 37-year-old guy I mentioned earlier, he
Uses
pulls out
secret.
Thor's hammer,
Oh damn, dude.
pulls out Mjolnir, it's fine.
Okay.
Cue the little girl that just swings around her fucking beanbags on her hair.
I was just thinking about that.
Literally pulls out the hammer, it's just her.
Mold here!
Yeah, he pulls out Mjolnir's hammer. That's probably one of our first intros to what they call, what the power set in this is called, which is Charyuk or Charyuk. I'm not 100% sure on the pronunciations, even though I've literally watched all 13 episodes.
And that is Korean for borrowed power. Since yep, you're basically borrowing the power of deities and gods and, like,
ancient heroes.
Yeah, legends. There's a little bit of the Fate universe weaved into this, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Now, don't ask me why certain people have certain powers from certain places, because half of it doesn't make any sense.
Because there's a girl who is a sword fighter, the last of her family's line in this sword style. She has the power of Lubu.
Who rides a horse and has a spear. Don't ask me to explain why the sword wielder has Lubu as her quote-unquote stand. I don't understand that part. Like, maybe there's more in Lubu's, like, legend that I am unaware of that makes more sense. Like, maybe he has some connection to the moon, considering it's like a what is it? It's the moon sword style?
A moonlight sword.
Moonlight sword style. Oh, cool. She cut off Seath's tail and got the sword.
Are these, like, fights sanctioned?
It's a tournament. It is sanctioned.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Questionably, it's sanctioned through bribery.
Oh.
Not sure how clear that is in the anime, but I read a couple of pages of the first, of the manhwa itself. Yeah, just reading the first bit. There's a lot missing just in the first episode. The whole reason Mori even gets involved in the tournament is literally because some guy beats his, like, says, hey, if you can beat me, I'll join your tournament. And his ass gets handed to him. Like, you don't even see that. You get a flashback of him waking up, passed out, being like, that blonde dude beat me. I guess I gotta join this tournament now.
So, is that why he was saying, I want to fight Blondie?
That's exactly why he was saying it, because Blondie kicked the shit out of him. Now, granted, you don't see that fight even in the manhwa, but you get to see what he's capable of. Like, he demonstrates his strength, like, once, with, like, a palm thrust. It puts a slice on Mori's face as he's walking away, and then has, like, a Saitama level of just barrel of destruction through a forest in front of him.
What about the motorcycle chase?
I did not get to that part.
No, but I found that utterly hilarious.
It was great. I also love the fact that, like, the girl character in this, Mira, is just there pulling a Misty from Pokemon and being like, you owe me a pair of glasses now, asshole. Not a bike, but a pair of glasses. Also the fact that Mori can keep up with the motorcycle while he's pedaling a bike. Kind of impressive, if nothing else. He's got that leg strength.
Yeah, I was, like, laughing hysterically throughout the entire chase.
It's a pretty good chase. If they were going to animate anything, that was a good thing to animate. It was a very good choice of scenes. Just the fact that, like, the other main character, Dewi, just shows up and is just like, huh, I guess I caught up to you, as he, like, pummeled the fucking driver into the ground. After he stole a park rail. See, here's the other fun part. Mori makes a ton of shit up in his head. Like, what was it he made up? Like, the money in the purse was going to this grandma's, grandson for surgery or some shit.
Yeah?
Like, he just literally makes that up in his head, tells it to Mira after, like, running into her and breaking her glasses, and just convinces her with that ridiculous story that's not real at all. And literally the fact of, like, she's standing on his shoulders as he's, like, pedaling his bike to catch up to this motorcycler, and they both slam into a traffic sign.
With the indentation with Mira's face.
Yeah, an indentation of just like a face.
Like a Tom and Jerry.
Like a Tom and Jerry style face.
Nice.
Not as exact, but it's got the eye sockets and the mouth open and the nose there. Pretty solid. Also, here's another fun fact. Mira apparently really likes ripped guys. Like, we get to see that right in the beginning when, like, these guys that failed to get through the prelims there, who I guess were part of, like, a karate team or something, flex, shatter their, like, shred their gis that they're wearing with their muscles showing, and she just gets a nosebleed from watching. And it never shows up again, by the way. We get that treat one time, and it never happens again.
Maybe in the manhwa.
Maybe it pops up again in the manhwa. It does not show up again in the anime. It was a one-time thing, apparently.
And speaking about things that aren't in the anime, I was skipping around with the manhwa just looking at certain scenes. They skipped an entire fight, and they changed
I feel like they skipped a lot of fights.
Although I did see there was, when they were jumping through some of the prelim fights, like person A versus person B shows you like 5 seconds, there were just like 2 or 3 panels for that scene.
Yeah, see, that sucks because it definitely feels like there should be more.
I guess.
So, it's just a manga. What's it called in Korea?
Manhwa.
Manhwa.
HWA.
That sounds French, to be honest. I think they took that from the French. So it's just a manhwa and not an anime.
Crunchyroll made it an anime.
Oh, they made. Okay, I thought Crunchyroll made the manga. I thought they were getting into
Nope.
the physical media game.
Nope, they took it, turned it into a 13-episode manga.
Okay.
Or, sorry, not manga, anime. My bad. Orion's confusing me.
All of the words I don't know, I'll say. I'll just filibuster with the 3 words.
For Christ's sake.
And this came out last year, so there is a chance there might be more. Because I heard this was received decently well, with a lot of people saying the pacing was way too fast. I'm not too sure how long Arc 3 goes, but I would love to see Arc 3 in more than a season, or have this as a 24, 26 episode season rather than 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because One Piece, from what I understand, is 1 chapter per episode.
At this point it is, yeah.
Boku no Hero is about 2.5 to 3.5 chapters per episode. This is roughly 7 to 9 chapters per episode.
And they somehow... Wait. So they're longer chapters? Or longer episodes?
Nope, half hour.
And they have to... Then they jam...
They're jamming the content from about 10 chapters, just say, for
in a half
for rounding, in a half an hour.
Okay, so that's why it's like breakneck pacing.
Yep.
I believe it is chapter 40 or 41 that gets reduced to a 1.5-minute opening sequence with a 30-second chunk in the middle of the same episode, and that's an entire chapter in 2 minutes.
There's also a lot of stuff in this that I don't like, where they flashback to points, because they can't just show you the full context of anything, because it would take too long. So they show you shit in flashbacks to cut it short, to cut the corners.
And some flashbacks are completely edited out with, hey, my grandfather always said to me, do what you want. And in the manhwa, that was an entire 3/4 chapter flashback.
Mm-hmm.
So his grandfather showed up a lot earlier in the manhwa than he did in the anime.
Oh,
Are there like characters that show up that were like the god of high school or whatever previously or anything like that?
None that they've admitted to us. I think
like-
the God of High School is a new thing, a relatively new thing.
Okay. I didn't know if like they would kind of have like a Hall of Fame type thing, like this is so and so, and he did this, and
No, it's relatively new. If not, this is the first one.
okay,
Because I think that, like, the whole idea of this thing's originally being created is to search for something they call the key, which is in people that have the same abilities that we mentioned earlier, the Chariok abilities, the borrowed power abilities.
okay,
They know someone that they recruit is probably going to have it, but they don't know who. For lack of, like, I don't know how far we want to push this as far as like what we want to say, plot wise.
Yeah, should we reveal Moore's Choryuk, or do you think that would say too much?
I feel like it would say too much because that's literally revealed at the very end, like what he actually has.
yeah, dude. No spoilers, please.
Yeah. But speaking about Choryuk, there's one guy whose Choryuk seems to change.
Yeah, it's weird. At one point it seems like it's a shark, and then at another point it's some kind of weird fucked up humanoid
Some kind of zombie type thing?
that's also got like eyes on its body, or like they wrap around its arm, or like a mouth that wraps around the side of the chest. Like it's weird.
That can actually act as a mouth and take in the key?
I mean, it can also quite literally multiply. Like, he can summon an army of those things, apparently. See, that's the other part that never really is explained about Chariok. So, it seems like you can infuse them into weapons or make them become weapons. But then you can also summon the actual thing. Like, there's a point where Mira, who gets Lubu, right? She gets a point where, like, you see her, like, half fused with it, where she's got, like, the little hat that Lubu wears that has the long-ass feathers coming off and trailing behind her. But then there's a point where she just straight up summons him, and he's there on his horse with his spear. And I'm just like, wait, I thought it was either one or the other, or, like, some specific version of this. It can do more than one. And that's, like, nearing the end of the 13 episodes. That's like, what, episode 11? Or something, and then that happens?
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, what? You've just broken what I thought I knew. Like, I have to chalk that up to the breakneck pace of just not explaining very clearly what's going on.
And there's actual gods being summoned through, like,
Oh, dang.
portals by this, like, secret organization.
Was I the only one that saw, like, the giant door in the air and was like, oh, it's Full Metal Alchemist?
With all, like, the white angels flying out of it, or, like, angel-like beings, I was thinking about End of Ava.
I didn't even think about Ava with the angels, but you're right. No, the door just showing up reminded me immediately of a Full Metal Alchemist, and the door that's, like, that you see when you're looking for the truth or whatever in that.
Oh yeah, now
That Ed and Al found that, like, ripped Al's body away and shit.
gave
Ed rips Ed's arm and leg away.
And what about, like, the hands in the air battle between Commissioner Park and the one Nox dude?
Oh, I don't even know what to think of that. We don't even know what Nox's Cherokee. Like, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like, is it meant to be Buddha? Like, is it the Buddha palm? But it's got a cross on it, so I don't know if that's right. As far as I know, that symbol has nothing to do with the Buddha.
Yeah.
Plus, whatever that Nox thing is, it's got like the Omega symbol on it from the Greek alphabet.
Mhm.
So I don't know what that's related to. But like he's got that in his eyes too. He's got that symbol. So I have no idea they never actually gave us a name for what his god is either.
Maybe he's the main god, dude.
Well, if it's the Omega symbol, I have to assume it's the final god.
Yeah. Is that no one else has like Alpha or like
Not that we're aware
Zeta
of.
or anything like that?
Not that the anime tells us.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
and I was reading a little bit more about this, and I may have spoiled myself on one thing that comes in between the fifth and the sixth arc about there being a yes, this is pulling off a shonen trope and doing a time jump, but not a 17-year time jump.
Wait, it jumps ahead 17 years?
At the end of Arc 5 into Arc 6, there is a 17-year time jump.
Shit. Like, most of them do no more than a 5-year time skip at the most. 17?
I
Those characters have to have some massive redesigns.
I did hear that Beiwi becomes one of the six.
Oh, interesting.
I know that I think Commissioner Park may be the only quote-unquote surviving or original member.
Interesting.
And I'm feeling that Commissioner Park is kind of shady.
Well, see, that was the other thing. I don't know who the good guys here are. Like, clearly, at the very least, Park and the others have somewhat of a conscience because they do save the innocent people that are around during, like, the big god battle that they start having, right?
Yeah, since one of the six teleports nearly an entire city away from the fight.
Mm-hmm.
What? Wait, what? Wait, one of the god does that?
One of the six, which is like
The elite, like one of the elite members of fuck, I don't even know what organization they're part of.
But they're not one of the people fighting. Like the
no.
No, not at all.
Okay,
They're like on a whole other level than the students.
I was gonna say, like, why would they even have a thing if that someone can just teleport an entire city?
Like I said, they want the key, which is why they held the tournament to draw in people that had the potential to have it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know because like we get introduced to Park Mujin, right? Or not Mujin, Park Mubong, who quite literally in the first scene we see him in crushes a bunch of reporters that are basically blackmailing him with dirt they have on him. Like he flattens the entire island they're on.
They're on an island?
Yes, they're on an island in like a resort or something. Bunch of girls are around, and like he calls them, and essentially they're like, "Yeah, man, that money you lent us, oh, it's doing us so good. Too bad we're still gonna reveal your shit though." And then he just literally giant fucking palm comes down and crushes the island. Like the next thing we see is the imprint of a giant hand with a cross on it crushing the island. That is your introduction to this character.
So I'm not sure if he seems protagonist-y enough that we should be rooting for his organization, whatever it is.
Well, like here's the other thing. He never gave the order to teleport them out. The magician dude who did it on his own. So I don't know whether or not Park is a good person or not. He constantly seems to be toying with people and leading them along.
But do you think the six are good people?
I don't know if the six are fully aligned with each other is the other part, right?
Oh.
Like they're members of the same group, right? But I don't know if they work together or not, like for a common goal.
But this is fascinating. Just like some weird variant of the manga from what I was reading. Like one of the key fights in this, I may have missed it, but it seems to have happened between Mira and a guy after he's awakened his Choryuk. That never happened in the anime.
But what it feels like, right, watching this anime, is that they took all of the highlights that they liked the most and tried to keep the plot as close to the original as possible and just slapped it together. That breakneck pacing is real heavy there in the start of this, in like the first 6 to 7 episodes. I feel like it gets a little bit better, like they figure out a way to sew it together better in the latter half, but you can still feel that it's way faster than it should be.
Like you were saying, Brandon, that this would have been better if Arc 1 was its own season, Arc 2 was its own season, and the latter half of Arc 2, once all the shit goes down, is its own season.
I'm trying to think. Like, it also leaves a lot of questions. For instance, there's a part where, like, Dewi and Mira, the two other main characters besides Mori, fight, like, one of the big bads, quote-unquote, and he tells them, oh, I'm just gonna kill you now. I'm not even gonna keep you alive. It's not worth it. And then we come to, like, Mori stumbling upon the guy just sitting there with Dewi and Mira just, like, apparently the fight had already happened and they're just gotten their asses handed to them. But they're still alive for some reason. And this guy does not seem like the guy that would just suddenly change his mind of like, you know what? I'm not going to kill you now. There was never a reason given why he wouldn't have just killed them. Like, the guy's super ruthless. We've seen it throughout the entirety of the anime whenever he's fighting. He does not give a shit and is more than happy to kill whoever he's fighting. So why Dewi and Mira are alive at that point when Mori stumbles upon them, I have no idea. Because he's just relaxing there on a rock, while the other guys are just sitting there laying there on the ground, like, oh god, we got beaten up. Oh,
yeah. But I'm definitely going to be reading the manhwa just to see how different it is and where this goes.
I'm super curious, yeah, because I don't know if Crunchyroll is going to pick this up for another season. Like, they gave us a bit of a teaser at the end there where it's like, oh, it's interesting, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get them another season. Now, granted, ignoring the pacing and the consequences of that pacing, everything else around this is really good. The voice acting's great, the animation's awesome, the actual fighting is great, like the choices of fights and how they go. Like, it all is really freaking good. But that pacing kills it so hard with the lack of character development because of it, the lack of introductions and clear explanations of how certain things work, and just the feeling of missing parts.
And I kind of liked the fact that the audience really wasn't shocked about all like these special techniques, like of like fireballs, like wind, water, and
which you think they would be, considering this is like one of the first God of High School things, as far as I know.
Yeah, they're like, oh, look at that! He's summoning a giant Grim Reaper! Wow! Not more like, what the hell is going on? More,
yeah, what is this shit?
It's like, wow, this is so cool! He just kicked 3 times in the air!
Oh yeah, it's one of those where it's just I don't know what the public should or shouldn't know with this stuff.
Yeah, and like, that giant sword from heaven or wherever?
Yeah. Which is way more massive than the god itself that they summoned in to try and wield it. Like, not even Buster Sword level, like skyscraper level. And the god's maybe 1 story tall.
It's just so strange, but at the same time, good.
Yeah, like I said, the pacing is what cripples it in every way. Like there is no or very little slow moments. The only slow moment I think is literally the day, like the one thing that they have where it's like Maury's birthday. Like that's the one really actually slow moment.
And like Mir's wedding?
Yeah, the point where just like she's looking for someone to like help inherit the Moonlight sword style. And I'm just sitting there like, this series doesn't seem to treat women too well, because it kind of boxes them into a single role of like, I need to find a mate so that way I can have the child to be the successor. And I'm just like, that feels wrong. Granted, she breaks that trope, which I'm happy about, but still, like, what? The other main girl that Mira fights at one point is an American wrestler whose whole wish at the end of this is to have a fucking harem of men.
Oh, and that's what they're fighting for, a single wish.
Yeah, so a wish on the Dragon Balls.
Okay.
That's the grand prize. You get a wish on the Dragon Balls.
How long is it? Like the entire year of the school, or until everyone's dead except for one? Do these people die? By the way, I never asked that.
Oh God, it's weird.
It's questionable.
There are very much questions. Yes, there are people that die.
Okay.
However, I don't think we've seen a main character besides one of the villains die.
There was that one side character who got eaten by the shark.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, like none of the main characters. Like that guy, I don't know what he's like in the manhwa, but we only saw him in one fight before he became a monster and then was destroyed.
And going back to the shark guy for a minute, he can summon a shark, and he can also summon like massive spikes.
I assumed those were just the teeth that he was summoning specifically.
Yeah, I can see that, but it's just weird when you're impaled from like 7 different angles with all these spikes.
Mm-hmm. See, when he first summoned that thing, like we never saw the back of it, and I'm still not 100% sure if we ever see the back of it that makes it look like a shark. I remember someone going in there and being like, it's like an Iron Maiden, because it gets impaled.
Maybe I was just remembering a panel from the manhwa, but you do see the shark, which is actually Megalodon from a side angle. So yes,
which throws in a whole bunch of other questions about, can people have 2 Cheryuks, or because his didn't evolve or anything. He's had that other one in flashbacks. Like I have no idea whether you can have 2 or not now.
And favorite villain.
See, the problem is I don't know who the villain is.
Like
I said, I don't know if Park is a villain or not.
I kind of like the guy that made everybody apologize, that looked like a prisoner with like the striped outfit.
I'm blanking on who that is.
The guy in the straitjacket.
Oh, that dude. The dude who actually got some backstory about being freaking tortured. Yeah. No, he's a pretty solid one. He's very fucked up, but yeah, that's probably one of the most developed villains you get in this, really.
Yeah.
Even Jagal, who's the guy with the shark, I don't feel like you get a lot of him. Like, his backstory kind of feels shoehorned in where it's at. Let's see. Villain. The problem is that everything's so rushed, and with Park, I don't even know if he would be considered a villain or not. Um, Maybe it's that explodey guy, just because of how crazy he is.
Okay.
That like self destructs, and I'm sitting there like, wait, he did that the first time. Did he do that again later? Like, did he survive too?
And I just remembered another character.
Wait, I gotta ask. Your favorite villain was who again? The straitjacket dude.
Yeah.
You mean you didn't like Lee Marin, the guy that was like the black swimmer in the Speedo? And how oily he was in that fight.
That was just weird.
You gotta oil your muscles, man. You gotta make them shine.
And I kind of felt bad when the announcer died.
Yeah, I liked the announcer. He had like one of those nice, rare, slow moments with Mira, and then he was dead.
Did like a piece of building fall on him or something?
No, assassin.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's sad.
From this Nox organization, which really wasn't that built up.
No, they're just kind of a giant cult, is what it seems like. They got the cloaks with the... They look like the rare hunters from Yu-Gi-Oh, honestly.
But I would say, if you like God of High School, maybe you should stay away from this anime.
Watch for the animation. That's what I'd say. Like, you already know what what the story is if you like God of High School, right? You want to watch it for the animations, because the animation on the fights is all real freaking good.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, definitely watch it for the animation. Do not watch it for the do not watch it for the character development. Maybe if you want to try to get into God of High School, maybe watch a couple episodes of this to see if it's your flavor a thing, and then go read the manhwa. Or watch all the pretty animations, then go watch the manhwa, or read the manhwa.
Or maybe read the manhwa up to the end of Arc 2, and then watch the anime, and then compare how drastically different they are.
I should also point out, the manhwa is completely free if you go to Webtoons.
Yes.
You do not have to pay a single dime to go and read this thing.
Oh, and did you notice the God of High School tournament is sponsored by Webtoon and Crunchyroll?
I saw that. Webtoons, Crunchyroll, and I'm sure there's something else on there too. Like it's on the mat where they're fighting, or like the cage match is at, or the boxing arena, or whatever arena they're using.
And
I'm very disappointed. I wanted to know where my Pizza Hut was.
come on, this isn't Cold Geass.
Look, I'll say this. It was tasteful advertising in this.
Yeah.
Because it was set up like it would be in any other arena. I'm willing to accept this.
I'm actually not... the English translations dropped in 2014, so I'm not too sure if we're behind a little bit with the Korean, or since it's online, everything drops simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions, Ryan?
I should also point this out. For those who have never read manhwa before, they actually read left to right.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask that at the beginning.
They read normal, like the rest of us in the English language would read, not the way a manga reads in reverse.
Any reason for that? That's just because
I think it's just the way that Korean is written.
Okay.
And an interesting thing is, since this is technically considered a webtoon, this is all one big vertical strip.
Yep. Just keep scrolling down to finish the chapter.
And I think Naver webtoon, which is the Korean equivalent to Line webtoon, that was designed to be read on a mobile device so that you're scrolling. So I'm just wondering if there'll be any longer panels and how that will look when it's in a physical format.
Oh shit! Sorry. I'm going to jump back for a second here. So we never really mentioned why Dewi was fighting, which was to get a bunch of money to help his friend's cancer treatment. Now, I just got to the point in the manhwa, because I was just scrolling through quick, where they meet up, and he's fucking mad. His cancer buddy's fucking mad. Because he knows Dewi's paying for his bills, and he's not happy about it. Because he feels like it's not fair to Dewi.
This wasn't really brought up either.
Yeah, this wasn't a thing. This entire encounter is skipped in the anime. Like, it seems like he's just kind of okay with it, or he's aware of it and is fine with it.
Now I really need to read the manhwa. Any questions, Ryan?
Not really. I understand there's not really main characters so much as it's like just people fighting.
Mori, Dewi, and Mira are as close to main characters as you can get.
Yeah. You'll see occasional, like, one scene or two from another fight, unless they're outright watching it or it's plot, like, directly plot relevant. Otherwise, it's literally just their fights you'll see.
Okay. Alright.
Would you have any interest in watching this?
Maybe I'll check it out. Might watch an episode or two.
Would you have any interest in reading it?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I would need like a physical copy. I can't really read that kind of thing on a computer screen.
Fair enough.
Maybe a tablet. Yeah.
Okay, so next time will be a story of princes and princesses. Yes, she will get her princess. She will be the one to win her heart.
Right, it's this one.
Because she is a prince. So, look forward to that one.
Oh boy, this'll be interesting, that's for sure.
Yes, the variant of it that we'll be watching will be very interesting. So, we'll catch everybody then. Later.
Bye.